Okay, so hi everyone. This is my first YouTube video. Any feedback and comments are obviously welcomed. Um, and the main reason I'm doing this YouTube video is for me to document my journey as a trader, as an aspiring trader. Um, I feel like I've come to a point where I consider myself a pretty reasonable and profitable trader, but I have still a long, long way to go. And the main reason I'm doing this is to keep myself accountable and disciplined on this journey. This is definitely the most important thing for me that I'm lacking currently, and I feel like um, it's hindering my progress quite a lot actually. So I've really been debating if I should do this YouTube video or not. Putting yourself out there, not knowing if people will actually listen to you, what's going to be the feedback, if I have something of value to offer to the trading community. All these questions I asked myself, and then I said, you know what, fuck it. Like I'm just gonna do this for myself, and if I can help someone else watching this video, even if it has like 20 views or even 2 views, even if I help one of them in this trading journey that um, all of us are into. And excuse my English, this is not my main language, but I think I can handle myself. So apologies for that in advance. And yeah, so I just wanted to break down my first trade on my Apex 200K Finite account. I have two of them. Recently passed them with the 90% offer and 1 day pass. Passed them both in one trade actually, which was quite nice. And I really wanted to take advantage of this new beginning and document a little bit of my journey and a little bit of my trades and see the progress. And I really feel like explaining to you guys my thought process, the trades I'm taking, will also help me become a better trader. Because if I can explain it to someone else, then it definitely helps me understand my reasoning, my entry models, my A plus setups better. So yeah, so let's get started. I don't want to keep this video too long. So yeah, here we go. So we are currently on the 21st of May, and I usually trade. I actually trade both London and the New York sessions, and mainly on NQ. I don't ever almost trade ES. Funny enough, I used to only trade ES like a year ago and US 30 Dow Jones, but then I found a really, really good success with NQ. It just moves a lot faster, a lot cleaner, in my opinion. And so I mainly trade NQ. As you can see on my watch list, I don't have much symbols here, only the indices. I don't trade. I used to trade gold and oil as well, but I decided to ditch them off because I wasn't finding some good consistency with them. But NQ was definitely a game changer for me. And the first thing I can tell you is focusing on one asset, maximum two, is an absolutely game changer for your consistency and profitability. So yeah, this is just a little tip for me that I found myself. But anyway, let's get into the trade of today. So what we're seeing here, this is the Asian range. And as you can see, let's go to the 15 minute. We are consolidating. And basically what I was waiting for is for either of the high or low of Asia to get taken out. And then just trade the opposite way. Now, if we look at the bigger picture, yesterday we had a really, really, really big run from here, from this 5 minute fair value gap. Interestingly enough, we actually closed it to the tick. If I go to the 5 minute, um, closed it to the tick, and then absolutely ripped higher, took the previous all-time highs here. And as you can see, I've marked here that we have a bearish SMT at the highs with ES. If I pull up the ES chart, so yeah, ES, I think this is it, yes, and this is the previous all-time highs, and on ES, this was the previous all-time highs. We didn't take it, so we have a bearish, massive bearish SMT here at the highs, and for today, Tuesday, I am expecting some sort of a retracement a little lower, maybe to fill this imbalance, and then maybe go even more lower here. We had a very, very good confluence here on Friday for us to take this long, but I won't talk about it today. So my bias going into today after forming this massive SMT, bearish SMT here with ES was bearish. Now, the first thing I'm looking for is for either the Asian high or low to be taken out, and then see if there's a good setup for me to take it long or short. So this is where I came into the market. I saw that we were consolidating, pretty much doing nothing. And so what I was waiting for is for either of them to get taken, as I said. So I'll just play price a little bit. As you can see, right at almost 3 a.m. New York time, we go lower, but we do leave this low here. And interestingly enough, this came like 1 point, even less, 3/4 of a point from Asian lows. Now, when I saw this gets me thinking, all right? Like, what is a quarter of a point for NQ? Like, it's nothing. It just happens in a blink of an eye. And when we decide to leave this low here and not take this one and not take this one, and we pump higher, I automatically think that this is a very, very, very clean and clear draw on liquidity. Okay, so what I was waiting for is, now I was expecting Asia highs to get taken. They do get taken here. And this is the first time that I was thinking about shorting it, but not yet, because I didn't have enough structure and time and price wasn't really aligning perfectly here. I mean, it's not perfect, but it wasn't favorable for shorts yet. And I'll pull up the ES chart for you to understand what I was looking for and why I took the trade. Okay, let's go to the 2 minute. Yeah, okay. So the main thing that I'm looking for if I take a trade is an SMT. SMT, I can tell you guys, SMT is an absolutely game changer for my consistency in trades. It's crazy how good SMT works in specific time windows. And if you can see it and manage it and trade it, this is absolutely amazing. I've found so much success trading when I started looking for SMTs. So this is also a very, very big point of this trade. And looking at this now, there isn't really an SMT here. Like ES and NQ both took the Asian highs. Now what I was looking for is this high on ES to be taken out, and this high corresponds with this high here. So I said to myself, okay, if ES takes this high and NQ doesn't, because we're pretty far from it, then this is a really, really good SMT and I could trade this lower. But ES actually never took this high and we didn't have an SMT at the time. So I remained patient a little bit more and waited for some more structure and a clear manipulation move to the downside for us to take a short here. So if I play price a little bit more, wait, oh, why it doesn't work? Sorry guys, just a minute. Might have some internet problems. Okay, so here you go. So we have this push up, and here we do have an SMT. This push up is this push up here in ES. Now ES never took this high, but NQ did, and now we have an SMT. Now before determining that this is an SMT, we need to see some sort of a displacement lower, a move lower on price. And this is exactly what we get here. Now notice another interesting point. This SMT forms 1 minute prior to a macro open. So if I open the indicator, this is exactly where the macro opens of the 350 open, 350 macro, sorry. And we do have an SMT here. Oh, sorry. SMT and the macro. So this automatically says to me, okay, this might be the manipulation move that we are looking for. And so I was mainly waiting for some sort of a tracement back to to a fair value gap or a BPR to take this trade lower. And so if I go to the 2 minute, because I took this trade in the 2 minute time frame, I'll go, yes. Okay, so here, what I noticed that this week here came into this 2 minute fair value gap and rejected. Now, watch this. This is actually, this week is rejecting of this 2 minute BPR, okay, because we had a 2 minute fair value gap here. We traded through it, came back to it, and this overlap is the BPR. If I extend this to the right, BPR, the wick of the 2 minute is aligning perfectly, but like to the tick, to the 50% line of this BPR. And when I saw this rejecting, I said, okay, now we are ready. So I basically entered short here. I'll just hide for a minute the ES chart, and yeah, short position. So this is the trade I took. Two contracts, two E-mini contracts. Put my stop here. I wanted to cover this 2 minute fair value gap here and this 2 minute fair value gap here, and I thought if both of them get ran through, then this side is going to be taken. So I put my stop around here. Target here, very, very clear target. All these equal highs are about to get taken. Notice that we are above the true day open as well. True day open, I always mark the true day open to gauge where price is relatively to the midnight open. And since we're above it, I'm looking for shorts potentially. So there were a lot of things that, a lot of confluences here that came together for me to take a short, a very, very high quality short in my opinion. The draw liquidity, the bigger time frame draw liquidity, I think is still lower. And we had an SMT inside of a macro, rejecting of this BPR, 50% BPR, starting to go down. We're above the true day open. These highs weren't taken. Like, this is my A+ setup, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to make this video. It's getting a little bit long now, so I'll wrap it up shortly. But yeah, as you can see, price just went down and eventually I took profits here. Now, I originally went in with two contracts. Now, I said to myself, look, this is some sort of power of three formation here. We have the accumulation, then the manipulation leg higher, and then the distribution lower, okay? Now, I measured the standard deviation of the manipulation move here. And initially, I wanted to buy back one contract here down at the lows and another one here at the -2 standard deviation, which interestingly enough aligns almost perfectly with this sell side liquidity. The only thing is that when NQ took the Asian lows, ES at the time, sorry, didn't. Okay, when we were here, ES was trading around here, and we did form a bullish SMT here when I took my partials here, and I said, look, we did form an SMT. I don't want to get into this, I don't know, a big retracement up and then maybe I move lower. So I eventually decided to get off my entire position here, and I banked around almost $500. Let's see, account, yeah, almost for $500. Pretty nice. I'll take this account slow. I do have another one which I am planning to build slowly and not necessarily pull out the 3K payout that I hopefully be eligible to. Um, and so one account I'll just build to 50, 256, 60, 600 and take the 3K payout and continue trading it. And the other one I plan to just build as much as possible. So yeah, this is the trade from today. I was expecting us to maybe dig, if I go to the 5 minute, we do have a very clean unicorn setup here. We have can be connected. Well, anyway, okay, I'll just wrap it up. Um, we have, okay, here we go. So we have a 5 minute fair value gap here. We have a breaker here, right? Because we have a high, a low, a higher high, and a displacement lower. So this here is a very, very good area for shorts, in my opinion, because we are going to dig back into premium prices and above the 2-day open. And so I was expecting when we took the Asian lows to maybe retrace here and then move again lower. But right now, yeah, price is just moving down. And you see this move is very clean. In this price action, I don't want to be in. Okay, this is what I'm looking for, not this. So right now I'm sitting on the sidelines, natural trade again today. I really try to focus on having one good trade a day and just calling it. This is something that I'm lacking, seriously lacking lately. Um, but yeah, this is a very good setup, textbook setup, A plus setup, and this is one of the reasons I decided to share it with you guys. So I really hope that you find this video helpful and insightful. And I will try to upload again sometime maybe this week or next week. Will depend on my progress, but I'll definitely keep you updated. And yeah, again, sorry for my mumbling and in English. As I said, it's not my mother tongue. But yeah, hopefully you learned something today and trade safe. I'll see you in the next video.